Chapter 6-First-Thanksgiving.
It was November 1967. Although I had been living in this country for almost 1 year, I was slow in being accustomed to the many unique American traditions. Growing up in Hindu vegetarian family, I had never even seen cooked meat. The first time I saw cooked meat was when I witnessed hot dogs being served in the dormitory cafeteria at Michigan Tech. At the sight of 2 hot dogs being put on a plate of each student, I was flabbergasted. I thought, oh my God, they killed 2 male dogs per plate. I assume it is called hot dog because, from what I can see, when the dog got hot, excited, they chopped his doghood off and put it on the plate. I pondered what they did with the rest of the dog. Why dog? Why not a cat or a mouse? I got a phone call one morning from our foreign student advisor, Miss Kate. Would you like to celebrate Thanksgiving with one of the local families? She asked. To be honest, at this point, I really didn't know anything about Thanksgiving. I had heard it had something to do with kicking the Indians out or something to that effect. That didn't sound like something I wanted to celebrate. Miss Kate then clarified we were talking about the feather Indian, woo, and not the red dot Indians. Once clarified, I agreed to go. Great to hear, responded Miss Kate. But first, I need to know if you have any dietary restrictions. Yes, I answered. We do not eat meat, eggs, fish, or fowl. And I'm sure you know the cow is regarded as a holy being in Hindu faith. So, will you eat trimmings? What the hell is trimmings? If it is not meat, eggs, fish, or fowl, I will eat it. I later learned that another Indian student, Mohit, would also be attending this Thanksgiving dinner at the home of one of the local American families. I was glad that I would not be alone attending this, and I appreciated Mohit's company. When we arrived for the event, the family greeted Mohit and me. This household consisted of a husband, wife, and 2 little children. All were welcoming into their home. We took our seats in the living room and engaged in perfunctory chit-chat with the family. Then we moved to the kitchen and sat down at the dinner table. Mohit sat next to me, and the 2 little kids sat across from us. The host sat to my right, and his wife sat across from him. Shall we say grace? Asked the host. What is grace? I inquired. Well, before we start eating, we thank our God for the food we are about to receive. Now I thought that was rather silly. Why should we have to thank God for the food? It seems like that should be part of the deal when God puts us on the earth to do His work. Parking that in my mind, I bowed my head and prayed with them anyway. Then the hostess got up from the table, opened up the oven door, and pulled out the bird and put it on the middle of the table. Immediately repulsed, I gasped at the sight of beheaded animal. No sooner the hostess put the bird on the plate, the man of the house just could not wait. He instantly grabbed his plate and put it under that turkey's ass and shoved his spoon in, pulled out some yellow stuff, and started eating it. I could not believe my eyes. I had just witnessed a human being pull out a spoonful of turkey poop from a turkey's butt and then started eating it. I was mortified. I leaned over to Mohit sitting next to me and said in Gujarati, "Oh my God, Mohit, did you see this? This barbaric son of a bitch is eating turkey shit." "I have never seen anything like it," shouted Mohit in utter disbelief. Very nauseated, Mohit looked as if he were about to faint. "What the hell have we gotten ourselves into?" I said to Mohit. This scene made me sick to my stomach. As you hear this story about my first Thanksgiving, let me ask you this. Let's say I find a 10-year-old used toilet bowl in a junkyard. Bring it home, wash it off, and then cook mushroom soup in it. Would you eat that mushroom soup? How could you eat food that was cooked in a place where poop was processed for all those years? Who was the genius that thought of this practice anyway? I mean, who was the one who first said, "Hey everyone, I have this idea for cooking recipe. I am going to cook food where the fishes were produced." If someone pitched that idea to me, I would have turned it down in a heartbeat. Request denied, I would say. Frankly, that idea is gross and it will never catch on. For me, witnessing the American Thanksgiving tradition for the first time was strange to say the very least. After all, I had never seen anything like it. It is evident now, however, that I failed to see the larger picture at the time. Who the hell were we to quietly criticize and ridicule this family tradition? This American family had graciously welcomed us foreign students into their home for the holiday meal, a group of Indian students who would have otherwise had nowhere to go. Mohit and I were so much into ourselves that we overlooked their warmth and generosity. I'm thankful to this family now that I think of it. I only wish I had acted gracefully back then. Besides, I'm certain that all cultures have traditions that others might find equally strange. We have been celebrating Thanksgiving every year, and our family gathers for dinner at our house. I make sure that I sit at the other end of turkey where I can see its head. I neither eat the dressing cooked in the turkey cavity nor eat stove-top stuffing from where it would have been cooked. It is just the idea of it. Aha! So what have we learned? 1. Trying their food shows respect. Liking it gets you closer. 2. Mealtime socialization should be rewarding, learning, and bonding experience. 3. Open your mind to the beliefs and traditions that are different than yours.